Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today we got a couple of absolutely wild courtroom clips, including a drunk Karen out of Texas and a genuinely dangerous defendant in Michigan who tries to play the victim in front of a judge who is not buying his nonsense. But before we get into all of that, we need to take a quick moment for a very important message from today's sponsor, Aura. Every single time I've talked about Aura, another major data breach seems to hit, and this latest one might be the biggest yet. Over 2.9 billion records were stolen from National Public Data, a company that provides personal information to employers, private investigators, staffing agencies, and others who run background checks. Those stolen records reportedly include full names, dates of birth, home addresses, social security numbers, and phone numbers. Even worse, members of the hacking group are said to have released this information online for free, putting every one of us at risk of being exploited by hackers, scammers, and spammers who profit off stolen personal data. Honestly, it really ticks me off that these people take advantage of hardworking individuals just trying to live their lives. But I'm not panicking, because I've been using Aura for months. Aura alerts me anytime my personal information shows up on the dark web. They notify me immediately if someone tries to use my information to access my credit or bank accounts, and they even provide up to $5 million in identity theft protection if the worst-case scenario ever happens. On top of that, you get a VPN and a full suite of online security tools, all in one simple app. So use my link at aura.com/teamepic to start your 14-day free trial. That's more than enough time for Aura to check whether your personal information has been leaked and help you take action to protect it. Once again, huge thanks to Aura for sponsoring today's video and helping keep my subscribers protected. Now, let's get into it.
The next case is Dexter Austin Apartments.
So what that means that
is versus Bithia
you
Nara
got
Velasquez
$1,000
and
bids.
Arturo Rodriguez. Who's here on behalf of Dexter?
I'm here, Your Honor. Yasmin, the Dexter.
Yasmin, okay. And is Bithia Velasquez or Arturo Rodriguez here?
They did not check in during check-in time, but Ms. Velasquez did say that they were planning on being here,
Well,
or they're trying to log on.
They're trying to log on?
Yes, but that was almost an hour ago. If Ms.
Okay.
Rodriguez, so if that's you on the phone, you'll push *6 to unmute.
All right, I'm going to pause it right here for a moment, because things are about to get wild. The defendant was having trouble unmuting herself for court, so the judge temporarily moved on to the next case. But now the plaintiff is about to step in and help her reconnect so the court can resolve her eviction. And here's where it gets crazy. Both the plaintiff and the defendant are about to be in the same room at the same time. Trust me, you have never seen anything like what's about to happen.
We've got Dexter Austin versus John Adame and Melissa Baker. Is that you, Miss Yasmin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you were previously sworn. The rent is $10.13, is that right?
Correct.
And you just want July prorated at $9.80, is that correct?
Yes and no. Their lease contract expired on the 24th of this month of July.
Okay.
They're still current. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, somebody's here screaming. Oh, I think Bithia's here. Hold on. She's Bithia. Oh, no. We're not doing that. We're on court right now. Give me 1 second.
No, you are she already dismissed my case.
She did not dismiss your case. The reason
Okay,
because
sí,
you
que
were
yo
not-
te voy a esperar una pinche hora.
Okay.
Una pinche hora.
Give me a second.
Don't be fucking like that.
I was not. You were not on the phone.
I was on the fucking phone. Do you need fucking?
Okay. You have to give.
Aquí tome, aquí.
Okay. Do you want to go and log in? Because you're literally online.
I can't fucking log in.
Okay.
I can't log in.
Bithia, you have to call. You have
Yo
to.
llamé una mira, aquí te voy a enseñar. Las llamadas.
Tell her to go try the phone number again, Miss.
Una pinche hora.
Yasmin.
Do you hear the judge? Bithia, do you hear the judge? She's telling for you to log in.
Velasquez.
I can't.
Miss
Call
Velasquez.
me and I will.
Oh, she definitely said it. You just probably couldn't hear it after about 10 tequila sunrises before sunrise. After that, the defendant left the office and was eventually evicted for non-payment of rent, with no further incidents. So let's move on to our next hearing, where Judge Shackelford absolutely dismantles a defendant who victimizes someone else and then has the audacity to try playing the victim himself in court.
Try the phone number again.
Mira, una pinche hora. Wait, mira.
Look, listen,
Mira,
she's talking
mira,
to
54 minutes. Right here.
Miss
you.
Velasquez,
54 minutes. I was waiting.
I understand. We tried to
I
message you.
can't log in. They didn't give me the passcode. They gave me the fucking.
There's no
Look.
passcode. You just need the,
Look.
can you try again and we'll let you in right away.
Don't dismiss.
The what?
Que no.
You're on live, by the way.
I know I'm not lying.
Miss
And I've been
Velasquez,
54 minutes.
She
On this
told,
fucking case. 54 minutes.
I
Almost
know.
an hour.
Can you
Really?
can you call again and we'll let you right in, okay?
They didn't give me the password. They gave me the passcode.
there's no
They
password.
didn't know.
Look.
Vergas. ¿Cómo que no?
Look, just dial right here. Look, dial this number.
Tell her to dial the number and we'll let her in.
There's no reason.
There's no
Mamacita,
reason.
mira, mira, mi amor.
I
Mira,
understand.
55 minutes. I was waiting.
That's how you
55 minutes. Like, really, look. Program. Que no me encabrone. Que no me encabrone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yo me calmé. Yo me calmé.
Hold on,
We have 3 more cases, right, Miss Yasmin?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Your Honor. It's just that I have her in the office and I cannot hear you. I'm sorry. We were
Okay.
going based on John Adame's case
No,
and
go back
then,
to Velasquez.
hold
Right.
on. John Adame, actually, their lease contract expired on the 24th of this month.
So
They
that
have
would
not,
be $784?
correct,
Okay.
which is their prorated amount plus this amount for the remaining of the month. They have not yet also paid the rents previous, also, sorry, Your Honor. They have not paid a little bit of their June rent as well, so I'm trying to grant possession of the
No.
unit.
Que go back to my case, ¿no? To the judge. Porque a mí ni siquiera me dieron el pinche paso.
Yes, I want to get possession of this unit of John Adame and
Mira,
Melissa.
Marisa, mira.
Okay, is there any left owing in June?
For the month of June, it's $213, Your Honor.
Okay.
58 minutos.
So it's 997 is what
Correct.
owed. Okay.
Yes,
And the appeal bond is 2026.
correct.
Okay. So we've got Dexter versus Jonathan Rodriguez.
Yes, for Jonathan Rodriguez, he has not paid for the month of July, which is this month.
Right.
Lease
I just heard her and her.
lease contract expired,
Yo no sé.
July the 3rd of this month, of this year.
Okay.
Their rent is 1,335, so I'm asking for 1,335 along with late fees and, judge,
I can
court
just
cost.
give you the background.
Correct, yes.
That shit.
Okay, so I need you to just have a seat and we're gonna go ahead and
Okay,
call.
well, cuando yo estaba hablando, when I was talking, I was like, hello, can
Lydia.
you hear me? I was almost an hour. Aquí está, in the record. Almost an hour.
Yeah, you wanna take a seat?
You want to have a seat and then she can go ahead and give you a call? You can go ahead and.
No.
Yeah, Judge, I think
You're gonna-
I think she was the phone number, and I called out to push *6 to unmute.
Did you
a
hear
few
she said-
times.
I'm sorry, say that
No.
again?
If you're calling in through the phone number, you push *6 to unmute, and I repeated that a few times before we started the case.
You heard that, Vidya?
I
She
heard
wouldn't
that.
unmute.
I didn't hear that before. My fault.
Mhm.
I honestly wonder if this guy even realizes that those calls are usually recorded or monitored. You can't just call the courthouse and make threats because you don't feel like showing up and taking responsibility for your crimes. And we're not done yet, because they're about to break down exactly what threats he made and why this person is genuinely dangerous.
All right, this is the People versus Christopher Moore. I have misdemeanor files 241722, 241589, 241136, and then we have a felony file. This is 241796 FY appearances.
Morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Fanto on behalf of Mr. Moore. As to the state cases, we've waived formal reading, asked for warrants to be recalled. As to the city case, that's set for pre-trial on the 5th, and request would waive formal reading and stand mute.
Okay, so as to 241796 FY, the felony case, this is a charge of home invasion, third, and domestic violence. Mr. Moore, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and you have a right to have that attorney present during any future questioning and any future court hearings. In the event you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. You have 2 court dates within the next 21 days. Your first court date is your probable cause conference, which you can appear at via Zoom, and that is set for August 26th of 2024. Following that, on September 9th of 2024, you will have your preliminary examination. At that examination, the prosecutor will have to show that a crime was committed and probable cause exists to charge you with that crime. With respect to the remaining 3 cases, we have a State of Michigan versus Christopher Moore on 1136. State of Michigan versus Christopher Moore on 241589, and then we have a City of Taylor case 241722, and that's the B&E. As to all of those, the warrants have been set aside. They'll be set for pre-trials.
Judge, I would note that Moynihan is on. I would just ask that the 2 misdemeanor state cases be set for the 26th as well.
The misdemeanor state case be set
Yes.
for is the 26th, so that's a Monday?
That's the same day you set for the PCC.
Oh, okay, so we'll just have them all.
The same parties.
All right.
Then the state, or the city case, I think is September 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a date of September 5th on that one. And then Ms. Moynihan, all 3 of the felony matters, then when we come in for the arraignment, or I'm sorry, the probable cause conference on August 26th, we'll just have those 2 misdemeanor files follow the felony. Now, as to bond. Ms. Moynihan, is there anything you have to say as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Tina Moynihan on behalf of the people, P84-692. Judge, we were in court on Monday. I was there as the prosecutor covering the docket for Ms. Sobe and Ms. Davidova, and Mr. Moore was supposed to appear for an arraignment. He did appear by Zoom momentarily and then disappeared. He would not speak with Mr. Gizicki. With my understanding, Mr. Gizicki attempted to have conversations to proceed with the arraignment, and then Mr. Moore decided to log off before the case was ever called. My understanding, he then contacted the courthouse and spoke to a clerk downstairs and made threats to the court that if he came up to the courthouse that something was going to happen to people in the courthouse.
So he logged into Zoom court, then left before his case was even called, which is a huge no-no to begin with. And then we find out that the night before, he showed up at the complainant's home with a firearm and essentially threatened her with physical harm. If you've ever wanted a step-by-step blueprint on how to completely ruin your life and make an already bad situation even worse, just call this guy. He'll walk you through it personally, possibly at gunpoint.
And then it was also my understanding of speaking with the complainant who appeared by Zoom that there was an incident from the night prior, which would have been Sunday night. In that incident, Judge, there has been a warrant requested. I am in the process of reviewing that this morning. The allegations there are that the defendant broke into the complainant's home again overnight, forced his way into the home. He then adjusted cameras throughout the home that the complainant had so that he could not be observed. He's seen wearing all black, a hoodie, as well as a mask covering a portion of his face. He then enters the complainant's bedroom. He pulls a gun from his pocket. and then shows that to the complainant, claiming that her fingerprints were on that gun, and putting her in fear of an altercation ensuing further from that. He's then seen leaving the location by the complainant and heading out in an unknown direction. My understanding is that he's been staying across the street at the home across the street from her residence, and I believe that that is also going to be considered a violation of his bond that's been issued, that he's had no contact with the complainant, that he's not returned to that residence. And then there's allegations of new criminal activity. In addition, Judge, to his failure to stay in court until the case was called on Monday, I do believe that Mr. Moore is a danger to the complainant as well as to the public as a whole. He shows a wholesome inability to comply with the court's orders. I would be asking for a $250,000 cash surety bond, no 10%, with a GPS tether and house arrest if he were to be released. And I would ask that there be a 2-mile radius from the complainant's residence so that he's not to return to that area.
So his response to being told come to court was essentially threatening mass violence. Nothing screams innocent, quite like someone promising a massacre they're required to show up and proclaim their innocence. That said, the residents of Taylor, Michigan can collectively breathe a sigh of relief. This guy is already locked up, and Judge Shackelford has absolutely no intention of changing that.
Anything, Mr. Fanto?
Well, I guess we have allegations that I don't know that the court should take into consideration relative bond as these cases stand. However, I would note that Mr. Moore does have some serious medical issues. At least if we could mark the files medical so that Wayne County knows. He is on SSI.
Okay. I don't think there's, the things I'm to take into consideration is whether or not he's a danger to the community. He's a lengthy criminal history. His behavior in this court has been absolutely egregious. Since these cases have started, he has assaultive criminal convictions. He clearly does not have any issue ignoring court orders. He is certainly a danger to Miss Butcher as well as the community at large. He's certainly a flight risk. He was already in immediate warrant status on one of the domestic violence charges on August 5th when he failed to appear for court. We've had a separate case where he had an immediate bench warrant on 2 different dates, both June 13 and August 5th, for failing to appear at court. He's now got pending against 1 complaining witness, 2 domestic violence cases, 3 domestic violence cases, a B&E and a home invasion. There's an allegation that a firearm was used in one of those instances. There was a police report filed. Detectives had to come over to the court Monday after there were allegations that Mr. Moore called the court, was extremely volatile with court staff. And Ms. Moynihan, the language was that he was going to come up to the court and commit a massacre. That's the allegation of what he was screaming at court staff.
You may not realize it right now, but if you value your future freedom at all, you'd be much better off keeping your mouth shut, as your lawyer is desperately trying to explain. There is absolutely nothing you can say at this point that will help your situation. But please, don't let any of us stop you from talking yourself into an even longer stay away from society.
So I have to agree with you entirely. Mr. Moore is a danger to the community. Mr. Moore is a flight risk. Mr. Moore has shown absolutely zero respect for the criminal justice system, the legal system, or the safety of his own child that resides with Ms. Butcher. He will have a $250,000 cash or surety bond with a GPS tether with a 2-mile radius of complaining witness's home. The file will be marked medical. Mr. Moore, you're to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You're to have no contact with Ms. Butcher. And a matter of fact, you can't not only go to her home, you can't go on her street. These are on the felony case. These are the bond conditions set for 1796 FY. You are not to possess or have access to firearms. You cannot purchase or access or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. On misdemeanor, I've also signed the request for a court-appointed attorney to ensure that Mr. Moore has counsel at all future proceedings, and that's in the file. As to the 3 misdemeanor files, each of these files will have a $10,000 cash surety bond with a GPS.
Top of 250,000.
No, that's plus, so it's 280,000 altogether.
Hey, ma'am. If I can say something when you are done, please just let me know.
Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore, you have a.
Prefer you not.
Yeah, Mr. Moore, you have a constitutional right to remain silent. Given the amount of hot water you're in right now, I would strongly encourage you to follow the advice of your counsel.
We've got pretrial services relative to the felony.
I will request a pre-trial DSU report at counsel's request on the felony. Is there anything else?
Yes, can I say one thing, please?
Mr. Moore, your attorney's advising you not to say a thing.
I understand that. I'm asking, please. Would that be okay?
I would prefer you not, Mr. Moore.
I understand that, I respect that, but this is my life in the balance and me ever seeing my kid. So I would like to say something.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that any amount of pretrial freedom is deserved at this point. He shows zero respect for the courthouse and blames everything on his past experiences with the system, which only highlights an increased risk of flight. Instead of letting his attorney do the talking, he makes it worse by playing the victim and blaming the actual victim for the situation. Based on his actions, it's clear to both me and Judge Shackelford that releasing this guy would pose a real danger to the community and to his victim. So I guess there's only one thing left to say. Bye, and enjoy your stay. All right, guys, that's the end of today's video. Thanks for sticking around until the end. And once again, a big thank you to Aura for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to use the link in the pinned comment to start your free trial. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike. But either way, don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my future content.